Good afternoon. I'm going to show you how to do an extraction from a production database to a data warehouse or data mart. So here I have a client database that has a client table. Inside the client table, I have some data in there, first name, last name. And if I select, I can show you how many rows I have in there. So I have 1,000 rows of data. If I look in the data mart, I can see that I don't have any rows yet and I have a full name. So I'm going to extract the data from the database and put it into the data warehouse. So I'm going to use SSDT, SQL Server Data Tools, to do this. And when I'm in here, I'm going to start a new project in an integration services, which is part of the business intelligence services tools. So in here, give my project a name. So transfer client data and make sure you know where it is. This would be on your server when you're doing it for a production site. So now in here, it's going to start a data flow. So within here, I want to do a data flow. And this data flow is going to do my client data flow. And I can add on to this as I've got more tables to go. So within here, I need to get a source of information and a destination. So I'm going to choose the OLE, which is my SQL Server data source. And this is my client database. I do need to set this up, so you double click on it, do a new connection manager. If you have one set up, you can just select it, but just in case, I'm going to show you how to set a new one up. And here, put the database server name, which is data warehouse in my one. If I look in here, my server, you can see data warehouse. And if you go to properties, on the properties, you can see that it's data warehouse in there. So now going back to here, data warehouse, I can test that. It's not big enough. Let's just make it a bit smaller. Test the connection, and it's succeeded. Now that it's in there, I'm going to select the database from the drop down, and that's going to be my client database, and connect to that. And once I'm in there, once again, I can do a SQL statement or select from the table. Since it's a one table, I'm just going to select from the table and just have a look at the columns. So now I need to do a transformation. The reason for this is if I look in my database, right mouse click on the database in design, you can see in here I have two columns, the first name and the last name. But if I check the data mart in here under design, I just have full name. So I need to do a concatenation to move those together. So in this one, I am actually going to do a common transformation. And in here, I am actually going to do a derived column. And this is going to be my full name. And I'm going to derive that from the first name and last name. Double click on that and then go to columns over here and you'll see all the columns in the database. So if I just click and drag it into the expression, I want to do the plus for concatenation, a space, and another plus after the concatenation for after the space, and then I want to drag the last name here. So when the read goes away, you know that it's worked. I really need to change the data type, but if it doesn't let you there, you can do a data type conversion afterwards. So in here, I'm just going to rename it to full name. And I'm going to make that a bit smaller so I can actually close it. So now I need to do the data conversion, otherwise I'm going to get that Unicode error. And I'm going to do it on the full name and change that to string. So I'm just going to rename this just so I know why I converted it. So full name conversion. And okay there. So now I need to connect this to the destination. So I've got my source, concatenation of first name and last name, data conversion for the Unicode, and then I'm going to choose the destination, which is my SQL Server data warehouse. So down here, this is going to be my client DW for data warehouse, and connect that up. So I need to connect it. The X there is because it's not connected. So once again, go new, and if you need to, you can set up a new connection. So this time I'm just going to select the data warehouse, which is the same process as I showed you before. And the table that it's going into is the client. And if it finds a match, it will do it. So it's actually picked up that I had full name in the destination. And I have an auto-generated primary key, so it's going to generate that for me so I can go ignore here. Except for the mapping, I need to change it to the converted one. And then it will work. And then go OK. So now there's no errors, all the red crosses are gone. So just before I run it, I'm going to save all. Then we'll test it to see if the database data 1000 rows gets converted to show the full name instead of first name and last name. Change the data conversion on the full name so it's not Unicode, and then insert it into the data warehouse. So then you go start up here, and it'll take a little while. It's got 1000 rows. This would be done at a downtime, generally a night, but if you're multi-country, it would be a downtime within your normal services. So here it says that it worked all good, 1000 rows each way. So now let's just test the data mart. Right mouse click on it, select top 1000 rows, and you can see that it's actually inserted it. It doesn't start at 1000 because I've just done a few test ones that I've deleted the data. So if I go into here now, it's definitely showing 1000. Go back to this one is my database. So that's my database, sorry, 1000. This is the data warehouse down here, and it's showing 1000, so it actually did work. So altogether, when you want to stop this, press the stop button over here, and then if you want to try some others without running them all at once, you can right mouse click on this and disable it, and then get all the other ones working, and then enable them all, linking them all together as you go through each table. So thank you for listening, and I'll put more as I see the need to show you how to do some transformations of data within SSIS, which is your SQL Server data tools, and working with SQL Server. Thank you.